These are the finance skills employers are desperately trying to hire. There's a quiet shift happening in finance hiring right now, and if you only looked at job titles, you might miss it entirely, because on the surface, employers are still hiring for familiar roles. Accountants, FP&A Analysts, finance business partners, controllers, CFOs, same job families, different year. But underneath that surface, something very specific has changed. It's no longer just about what finance professionals can do. It's about how they think, interpret, and influence what they do. Let's start with the most in-demand skill right now. Commercial awareness, not in the abstract sense, in the can you actually explain what drives this business sense. Employers are increasingly less interested in purely technical execution without context. They want finance professionals who understand revenue drivers, margin pressure points, pricing dynamics, and customer behaviour, and can connect those to financial outcomes without being prompted. Because numbers alone don't influence decisions anymore. Insight does. Now let's talk about data literacy. Not just Excel. That part is assumed. What employers are really looking for now is comfort with broader data ecosystems. Dashboards, BI tools, forecasting platforms, and increasingly the ability to question data quality rather than just consume outputs. Because finance teams are no longer just reporting data, they're interpreting it in real time and sometimes challenging it. Then there's the big one, communication, and this is where hiring managers are becoming noticeably more selective. They don't just want accurate output, they want translation. Can you take complex financial information and make it meaningful to non-finance stakeholders? Can you explain variance without losing the room? Can you influence decisions without overwhelming people with detail? Because in modern finance teams, clarity is speed, and lack of clarity is delay. Now here's something that has moved sharply up the priority list. Business partnering capability. Finance is no longer sitting neatly at the back of the organisation producing reports. It's embedded in operations, sales, marketing, and strategy. So employers want people who are comfortable stepping outside the finance function, asking questions, challenging assumptions, and occasionally saying things that are technically correct but politically interesting. Then there's adaptability, which has become almost a baseline requirement. Systems change, reporting structures evolve, teams reorganise, and new technologies get introduced faster than most job descriptions can be updated. So the ability to learn quickly and stay effective in uncertainty has become a core differentiator. Now let's talk about technical skills, because they haven't disappeared, they've just changed position. They're no longer the headline skill, they're the entry ticket. Financial reporting, audit fundamentals, forecasting, modelling, all still essential, but increasingly expected, not exceptional. And that's a key shift, because where candidates used to be hired primarily for technical strength and trained on the rest, they are now often hired for technical competence plus commercial and interpersonal capability from day one. There's also a growing demand for tech-enabled thinking, not coding in most cases, but understanding automation, using AI tools effectively, knowing when a process can be improved, and being willing to challenge legacy workflows that exist purely because that's how it's always been done. Finally, there's leadership potential, even at junior and mid-level roles. Employers are actively scanning for people who can grow into influence roles, not just manage tasks, but manage stakeholders, shape outcomes, and eventually step into decision-making environments. So what does all this add up to? A simple but important conclusion. Finance hiring is no longer just about precision, it's about perspective. The best candidates today are not just technically strong, they are commercially aware, data confident, communication-led, adaptable, and comfortable operating in environments where the answer is rarely just in the spreadsheet. And that combination, that's exactly what employers are struggling to find quickly enough right now. Because while technical talent is still available, well-rounded finance talent is becoming the real competition. If you're enjoying these financial insights, please make sure to subscribe, like, and turn on that notification bell. See you next time as we discuss why the finance director role is changing faster than ever.